25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Coupé, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Well, in case you don't know, in case you haven't realized it, it's rainy, okay? I can't wait to hear what the weather bulletin has to say this morning, the forecasters. But nonetheless, it's a good day to have a good day still. Yeah, you're alive, you're hearing my voice, so that means you're alive. And great things can happen when you're alive. Good morning, Yulin, Mildred, Jillian, Cicely, all the wonderful folks, yeah? Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Tuesday, the 8th day of April. It's Intercall today and tomorrow. Seems like the first day is going to be rainy, maybe washed out if, if we're not careful. Monica May Rose Williams, good morning to you. To all the athletes, all the coaches, all the principals of the various secondary schools, good morning. Today is going to be very provocative, yeah, in that provocation will reign, because we know that the Tantin bullets, I'm going to start it this morning. Okay, let me not go there. Let me let Joseph have a restful morning. Keen competition is expected. That's all I can say. And like the primary school sports, I think the results are going to be the same or synonymous. Yeah, it will be headed up north. That's just my little provocation this morning. 23 minutes on to the 7 o'clock hour. Let's head into the word of the day. And the word of the day today, that word is loquacious. Loquacious. L-O-Q-U-A-C-I-O-U-S. Loquacious. And it simply means talkative. Now, there are times when I wonder, why did they have to make this big, long word? Just so the person talkative now. Oh, they're very loquacious. Loquacious. L-O-Q-U-A-C-I-O-U-S. Loquacious means talkative. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. The loquacious guest kept everyone entertained at the party. The talkative guest. Sometimes being talkative is good. Sometimes it can be an annoyance. Have you ever been, just thinking about something that you want to do, or you're in some thought process, and then there's this talkative or loquacious person that keeps talking and talking, and you're smiling away and you're saying, why the hell they don't shut up, man? Have you ever experienced that? Yeah, it happens. You might be deep in thought and they just talk, yap. Nice. Aaron and the folks at A&R A-Train Pedmota. Good morning, Pedmota and a whole good morning. Holy Spirit.
Fill my soul. Holy Spirit.
It's a good day to have a good day. Remember that. I'm going to run that quote from my friend. I haven't run it for a couple of days. And this morning, let me see what it says here. I really want to do that this morning. Okay. Right. Okay, it says, good morning. Happy Tuesday. As long as we have memories, yesterday remains. As long as we have hope, tomorrow awaits. As long as we have love, today is beautiful. As long as we have God, anything is possible. Tuesday blessings, love and blessings to all. In God have I put my trust. I will not be afraid what man can do. That's coming from Psalm 56 and verse 11. Yeah, thank you, bro. 20 minutes on to 7. The motivational tip of the day is up next. Good morning, Latant, Pomrose, Crowshoe, Mount Agnes, Cafe. Nadi, how you doing? Good morning, Erlin in the US. Be careful, make sure you have everything locked down, alright? Because ICE are making joke. Someone from London says, lovely morning program, and a very good morning to you from London. Good morning, happy Tuesday to you as well. The motivational tip comes up next.
Worthy to be praised. My God is, worthy to be praised. As I journey to this distant land, guide my.
So please be mindful that it's rainy on the outside. Wait and hear what the weather forecast says. And the quote of the day: be grateful for your challenges. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Be grateful for the lessons they provide. Yes, I always say that. Be grateful for your challenges. They prove that you're strong. All right, Aggies and crews. Judge, pick all the guys. Toyo, good morning to you. Good morning, the Rages. Good morning, Minister Thomas. Adrian Pursuer Thomas, you and the family. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 18 minutes onto the 7 o'clock hour. Let's see what's buzzing this morning. Buzzing. Good morning to Doc and Candy in Winterpeg. Jesiah and the family, good morning to you all. Although, the West Indians, the Grenadians locked in Winnipeg, Manitoba, that's in Canada. All right, buzzing. Anti-violence TikTok challenge launched by the Ministry of Education. I think that's a wonderful initiative. Use the social media positively. In the region, Caribbean nationals among over 130 illegal immigrant offenders that were nabbed during a New York operation. Internationally, dozens die after torrential rain hammers Congolese capital. And of course, in sports, today marks the day of day one of the Intercall Games at the Kuriani James Athletic Stadium, with keen competition among secondary schools anticipated. So you'll be hearing that and so much more coming up in the AM edition. Catherine Phillip, good morning to you. Natalia Ross. Reverend Samuel Caesar, good morning, all the way from East Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York. Good morning to you and the folks from Crossroads Radio. Mr. B, good morning to you. Destined to win, overcome, a blessed and safe day today. Thank you, and the same to you. Good morning, Tanti in Tempe. The folks at K-Bears, good morning. Tanti Marcy, Keisha and Khalid, good morning. Yeah, need to pass by. I know that, but don't worry. Ian Baker, good morning. Folks, we're heading into the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather right after these messages.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
In Grenada, sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. They teach discipline, teamwork, and resilience. They inspire the next generation to push boundaries and chase excellence. That's why the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada is proud to support sports initiatives as part of our commitment to youth and national development. When we invest in sports programs, we invest in the future. We invest in the health and well-being of our youth, and we invest in broadening Grenada's reach, proudly connecting our athletes, our talent, and our nation to a global community. Together, we go further. The Investment Migration Agency, unlocking the possibilities.
Get ready, Grenada.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. Coming up in the news, anti-violence TikTok challenge launched by Ministry of Education. In the region, Caribbean nationals among over 130 illegal immigrant offenders nabbed during a New York operation. Internationally, dozens die after torrential rains hammers Congolese capital. And in sports, today marks day one of the Intercol Games at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, with keen competition among secondary schools anticipated. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Need to install or repair your plumbing? We've got you covered. Whether you're setting up a new washing machine, replacing a leaking faucet, or fixing that pesky dripping pipe, the Plumbing Supply Store is your go-to place in Grenada. We offer a wide range of plumbing products to make both new installations and maintenance a breeze. Our shelves are stocked with top quality products including pressure and waste fittings. And if you've been struggling with blocked drains, have you heard of Melt? This powerful drain unblocker liquid is a game changer, designed to prevent and clear blockages, making it ideal for hairdressers dealing with clogged wash sinks. We also carry a wide selection of repair kits and replacement parts to bring new life to old plumbing fixtures. Visit us today on the Woodlands Main Road or call 444-1377 for expert advice, top-notch products, and a warm welcome. At the Supply Store, we do everything plumbing.
Hey everyone, here is an invitation to join me this and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on GBN Television 711 K105 FM, our Facebook page and YouTube channel for Kaiso Talk. Meet the Kaisonians, hear their stories, feel the vibes. Kaiso Talk, Wednesdays 8:30 p.m. Compliments the Grenville Credit Union.
Good morning. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph. The Ministry of Education has taken one step further in its efforts to curb violence among youth. On Monday, the ministry launched its anti-violence TikTok challenge. This initiative aims to engage youth in promoting non-violence through creative digital expressions. The objective of the challenge is to promote peace and awareness, encourage kindness, respect, and highlight the impact of violence to empower youth and encourage creativity, utilizing TikTok trends to inspire young people to advocate for nonviolence and to foster digital and community responsibility by promoting responsible social media use and community engagement. Various stakeholders, including the Royal Grenada Police Force, educators, and students from various secondary schools, attended the launch. Minister for Education Senator David Andrew, in his remarks, indicated that violence is something that is learnt and it's not an education problem, but rather a societal problem. However, changing the behaviors lies in education.
The issue of violence is not a school problem. I want to make a bold statement. The issue of violence that we are grappling with, that this initiative seeks to have the education sector and the school sector take a lead in, is not a school problem. This is a societal problem. But I'm happy that as education and as educators and as students, you can take the forefront in attempting to address it.
Minister Andrew added that as a society, we are becoming desensitized to violence, accepting it almost as a norm.
You see, despite what you have been exposed to in our society, you have the opportunity to do differently. Similarly, you might see all those negative examples around you displaying inappropriate ways to treat with violence. But you can determine by choice to do differently. I don't want to be like that. I will not be like that. This is an example of what not to do. And so I'm particularly happy that we are targeting you, students, because it's our best tool. I'm particularly happy that we're using this modality, a modality that you can relate to. You see,
the minister encouraged students to use this challenge to become positive content creators rather than circulators of a negative content that brings them no benefits. After about 5 years of being non-functional, the Farm Machinery Department within the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry, Marine Resources and Cooperatives has been recommissioned with new equipment and new standard operating procedures as part of efforts to improve support provided to farmers. This type of support will enable farmers to improve production, efficiency and long-term food security. Head of the unit, Atlee Hoston, emphasized the significance of modernizing agricultural practices to ensure efficiency, sustainability, and the ability to meet growing food demands. We have more in this report.
With this recommissioning, we ensure that our farmers have access to reliable and efficient machinery, enabling them to meet the growing demand of food production. This is not just about restoring equipment. This is about strengthening our agriculture foundation for future generations.
The commissioning event marked a critical turning point for the nation's agricultural sector, with further initiatives planned to support and empower farmers. As the country moves forward, the Ministry of Agriculture remains committed to ensuring the success and growth of the agricultural community, helping to feed the nation and stimulate economic growth, so says Minister for Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources, Honorable Lennox Andrews.
Today is a very special day in our effort to build a strong Ministry of Agriculture and in our effort to produce the goods, the agricultural goods that we need to consume and that we also need to export, to pay for those goods that we consume but we do not produce. It's a very special day. We have on display 2 large wheel tractors. You know what they are? 2 small wheel tractors, 1 backhoe loader, 2 small trailers, 1 rotary cutter, 2 rotary tillers, 2 furrowers, 2 subsoiler, 3 disc plow, 30 power tillers, 1 crane truck, 10 chainsaws, 10 shredders, 10 weed eaters, spare parts, and everything else, we are starting and we are recommissioning this unit with all of these equipment for our farmers.
Farmers' representative in the Senate, Roderick St. Clair, welcomed the recommissioning.
Let us use the service to the maximum. Let us able PSR at the same time, whoever farms that are plowed, we know what crops they are growing, so that we could able to monitor and see what the outputs from that is.
Farmers are expected to receive efficient and timely service. Interested farmers can make their request for service through the district extension offices, following which the area will be assessed by an extension officer and a team member from the farm machinery unit. Once approved, the farmer will be informed of the cost for the service, which can be paid for at the Inland Revenue Department. Once the proof of payment is produced, the department will then notify the farmer of the scheduled date for the service. The government has also ensured that these services are offered at a fair and reasonable price, with a new cost structure in place to cover rising expenses. That concludes the local segment of news. Stay with us, and news from the region together with the international developments. They are straight ahead. Also, the sports and the weather. In the region, Caribbean nationals were among 133 illegal immigrants apprehended during an enhanced targeted enforcement operation focusing on criminal illegal immigration offenders and other immigration violators in western, central, and northern New York. The United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, ICE, said that the Trinidadian and Dominican Republic nationals were among Caribbean immigrants arrested in the operation that spanned March 24th to 28th. ICE said among those arrested during the enhanced targeted operation include a 49-year-old illegal immigrant from Trinidad and Tobago convicted of murder, a 66-year-old illegal immigrant from the Dominican Republic convicted of sexual misconduct with a child, and a 70-year-old illegal immigrant from the Dominican Republic convicted of manslaughter and criminal sale of controlled substance. ICE said while it and U.S. federal partners concentrated their efforts in and around the Buffalo, New York area, the operations extended throughout western and upstate New York. Operations led to arrests of 84 illegal immigrants from the Buffalo and Rochester areas and 49 illegal aliens from Syracuse, Albany, Roses Point, and Massena, ICE said. ICE also said of those arrested, 20 had criminal convictions or charges, including 3 who were convicted of homicides. 9 of the arrests were of immigrants who have been previously removed from the United States. It said 4 criminal search warrants were executed during the operation. The Guyana government says citizens will be able to tap into more economic opportunities like co-investing in national projects as part of its commitment to achieving shared prosperity. President Irfan Ali outlined the new initiative during a public meeting on the west bank of Demerara in Region 3 on Sunday, saying that this wealth creation model has the potential to transform the country's economic landscape and ensure all Guyanese benefit from the country's progress. He said one such project is a fertilizer factory that will be established in Region 3, allowing for investments from all citizens. Ali said that the National Gas Company, which is expected to be formed later, is yet another investment vehicle that will allow citizens to take advantage of the country's booming economy. He said that these efforts will be supported by increased grants and widespread financial literacy campaigns to promote responsible investment. Looking further afield, torrential rains and floods have killed at least 33 people in Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo, according to officials. Desperate residents are trying to flee the floodwaters by wading, swimming, or paddling to safety in homemade canoes. The city is home to 17 million people and sits on the Congo River, which is one of the biggest in the world and stretches across the country. Flooding is common. The river recently reached its highest level in 6 decades. Parts of the capital are prone to soil erosion, and in recent years, the Congolese president has warned that the climate crisis is making flooding worse. Many homes in West Kinshasa were swept away following flooding overnight from Friday into Saturday. About half of the city's 26 districts are affected in total. Fighting has been reported in Myanmar despite the military junta and a rebel group alliance announcing temporary ceasefires to support earthquake relief. As of Friday, the military had carried out at least 14 attacks since the ceasefire, according to reports received by the UN Human Rights Office. The military accused 2 rebel groups in the alliance that declared a ceasefire of carrying out attacks. One group said fighting broke out in response to offensives by the military. A military council spokesman issued a general statement saying, "We will respond if military bases are attacked without reason." A civil war has been ongoing between the junta, which seized power in 2021, and ethnic militias and resistance forces across the country. That's the regional and international news. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans who say sass all the way, or Tantin Bullets, or the Green Iguanas. Now, after much anticipation, Intercall 2025 is here. It's the start of 3 days of rivalry between athletes from secondary schools across the Tri-Island state. Government has committed in excess of $300,000 toward the successful hosting of Intercall 2025. This year's event is being held under the theme Ensuring Athletes Care. According to the Sports Minister, Honorable Delma Thomas, the administration's commitment shall and will be seen at all levels.
We recognize as a government that sports is not just about competition. They are a powerful vehicle for personal and national development. Through Intercall, we see future Olympians, world champions, and outstanding citizens who embody the values of hard work, determination, and excellence. That is why our administration is dedicated to strengthening sports infrastructure, investing not only in the secondary school games, because we are here launching Intercall, which is a secondary school game. But we, as a government, we are looking in 2025 and beyond to at the primary level, where we will be investing in all the different fields, so athletics, cricket, and football, but even at the level of the grassroots.
The championships run from today, April 8th through the 10th. Dr. Diane Abel Jeffrey is the chair of the planning committee and made these remarks.
So as we embark on this journey towards an unforgettable edition of the GAPS Intercall Championship 2025, which will be held in collaboration with the government of Grenada, I encourage all participating schools, athletes, coaches, and supporters to embrace the spirit of competition with passion and sportsmanship. Let us celebrate the hard work, dedication, and dreams of our young athletes, knowing that they are the future of Grenadian sports.
And that's the sports at this time. We'll have more sports for you during a luncheon edition. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
So as
And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Andre Charles at the forecast desk at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. Good morning, Andre.
Good morning to you and to listeners of General Public. And here's weather for today, Tuesday, the 8th of April, 2025. Currently, the is cloudy to overcast with some showers in and around the vicinity. Winds are from the east at 13 miles per hour. Barometric pressure, 13.5 millibars. That's above normal and rising. Present temperature 23.8 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 98%. Yesterday's maximum temperature 30.3 degrees Celsius. Last night's minimum 23.8 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 6 millimeters of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month to 32.2 millimeters. Now to have a look at the forecast, that's for today and tonight. Today we expect some mostly cloudy conditions with light to moderate showers. Some improvement is expected during the afternoon. There is a low chance of landslides and flash floods in areas so prone. Maximum temperature 29.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting higher in showers. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open waters. Tides will be low at 7:15 a.m. and high at 1 p.m. Sunset today at 5:59, rises tomorrow at 6:18. Just a repeat of the forecast, that's for today and tonight. Mostly cloudy with light to moderate showers. Some improvement is expected during the afternoon. There is a low chance of landslides and flash floods in areas so prone. Maximum temperature 29.5 degrees Celsius. I'm Andre Charles, reporting from Met Office. Thank you.
Andre, just before you run off, what advice can you give to people endeavoring to go to the Intercol Games today?
Well, we see that the conditions are expected to continue for a while. In terms of the rainfall, we do expect some improvement. But I guess persons should just walk with their umbrellas, be prepared for the possibility that we might have the on and off showers, even though we do expect some improvement during the afternoon.
Or maybe we can change the lyrics to that song, Rain Can't Stop the Reggae Jam. Rain Can't Stop the Intercol Games, right?
Well, I agree.
Okay. Thank you, Andre. Have yourself a wonderful day now.
Take care, man.
Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Need to upgrade your home? Get new arrivals in dining. Plus, buy more and save more on bedroom sets and get an additional 10% on credit purchases of any bedroom set. Want quality products that provide value at the best prices backed by full warranty? We've got you. Plus, shop today and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
It's 8 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. Anti-violence TikTok challenge launched by the Ministry of Education. Caribbean nationals among over 130 illegal immigrant offenders nabbed during a New York operation. Dozens die after torrential rain hammers Congolese capital. And in sports, Intercol Games is on today, tomorrow, and Thursday at the Curani James Athletic Stadium. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I'm inviting you to stick and stay with us. We will be carrying live coverage of the Intercol Games and, of course, all SAS supporters. Am I being too provocative here? Nonetheless, folks, that's the news. Have a great day. Go on out and support and may the best team win, all right? God bless.
In Grenada Grenada, sports aren't just a game. They're a way of life. They teach discipline, teamwork, and resilience. They inspire the next generation to push boundaries and chase excellence. That's why the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada is proud to support sports initiatives as part of our commitment to youth and national development. When we invest in sports programs, we invest in the future. We invest in the health and well-being of our youth, and we invest in broadening Grenada's reach, proudly connecting our athletes, our talent, and our nation to a global community. Together, we all go further. The Investment Migration Agency, unlocking the possibilities.
Grenada, get ready for a fantastic opportunity as the Grenada Cultural Foundation presents a logo design competition. So we're asking the general public to submit a creative and impactful logo to identify with the foundation's new brand, using its vision and mission as a guide to become Grenada's premier institute for researching, documenting, and promoting Grenada's culture. Mission to be the gateway to cultural empowerment to Grenada's cultural practitioners. The winning logo will be announced on Wednesday, April 30th, 2025, and the winner will be awarded $1,500. All entries should be forwarded via the following email address: gcfgrenada@gmail.com, and should be received no later than 12 midnight on Tuesday, April 15th.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account, and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store, or call 442-8602, 459-4325, or 416-8467 for further information.
Attention all divers, snorkelers, and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinair Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting, and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Grenada to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun. We are 100% family-friendly tours.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
All right, folks, it's 16 minutes gone past the 7 o'clock hour. It's time for a conversation this morning. And before we do that, I'd like to reach out and say happy birthday to Rachel Charles. Greetings are coming from your mom, Sylvina Charles, your brother Donald, the sister Katisha, and your husband Patel, your children and grandchildren. And your mom, Sylvina, wants God's richest blessings for you today and hope that you have many more enjoyable ones to come. God bless you, Rachel. Enjoy your day to the fullest, and may you live to see many, many more birthdays to come. All right, the conversation this morning. I know everybody wants to talk intercall. Yeah, I can see it from the chats that are coming up. Destined to win, overcomer, Tantin Bullets all the way. Spice Quinn says Boca Secondary School taking that trophy to the Northeast this year. Watch, all you go see. Natalia Ross says, Innocent, do you really believe that ICE raided all these criminals on the streets, or did they get them in jails? Yolan Swan, so happy to have you back, all right? Happy to have you back. Margaret and Gibbs, we bleed blue. Sass. Okay, nice. Lydia Alexander, good morning to my SDCSS family. That's St. David's Catholic Secondary School. All right, so Intercall is on today, tomorrow, and Thursday. And I was hoping that we could have had some representatives here, especially from the police and so forth, as it relates to children's behavioral patterns in the games. All right. Parents, this is one of the times when you have to be vigilant. Okay, children are like water. They use every opportunity they get to, go where they're permitted to. Okay, so you ought to be very vigilant. If you can, go to the games as well and ensure that you support if you have children participating in the games. Just to be there, so that when the games are over, you can, have your child or children and come home, because too many times after intercall games, we hear of, unpleasant stuff. I really, really do hope that this year the police, the schools, the teachers, and so forth work hand in hand, collaboratively, to ensure that there is a smooth climax to the games. All right, let's be one another's keeper in this instance. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the lines a bit, but there's something specific that I really want the RGPF to look into. All right, I really want them to look into. I know the laws are there, but the enforcement of these laws, the Noise Pollution Act. A good friend of mine complained, and I heard it yesterday even on GT's program. The modification of the mufflers, all right? Now, that's something serious. The time of night that these individuals pass, And, the level of noise, the loud music. Like I said before, at a different dispensation in my life, I played loud music in my vehicle too, but now I realizing it didn't make much sense. But even if you have to, you can, but you have to do it taking into consideration that you're not the only person around. Okay, so I want to hear from you. What do you think? Like I said, the laws are there, so maybe that shouldn't even be a question. The enforcement of the laws is the solution. I'd like to get your support on this. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Even if you have to, you can.
Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Mr. Joseph, good morning. Greetings.
Welcome.
It seems that you want to specify a subject for conversation this morning, is it?
Not necessarily.
Okay, well, let's do this quickly. Listen, Mr. Joseph, I'd like to wish the boys and girls participating in the sporting activities, Intercall Games 2025, the best. The athletes, prepare yourself, do your best, come out on top or lose. Remember, they also ran, those who know the Grenada Boys Secondary School's hymn, know that the also ran is also considered. Do your best, and I do hope and pray that there are no unpleasant incidents to report afterwards. May the games begin. Now, Mr. Joseph, quickly, I want to refer to one of the items came through in the news this morning related to the farm machinery pool. Am I correct there?
Yes, you are.
I heard a gentleman, I think it's the minister, may have been, I was kind of away from the radio, but it did touch me, I'm extremely happy. Listen, Mr. Joseph, I'm extremely happy that this is happening. We're talking about a multi-million-dollar investment in machinery, but I also have some experiences with government machinery and government heavy equipment and all of this offering services. Therefore, I want to implore them. The key to the success of this program is that of, quote-unquote, preventative maintenance. Let me add another piece to it. The planned preventative maintenance systems. Today, the modern technology provides conditions to carry a record on every piece of equipment, even if it's a drill, handheld, up to a 60-ton crane, or whatever. So that you can have records that if you change a screw that is put there because it bears a cost, you're planning for your oil changes, they're planning for your revision of your bolts and fasteners. This can be all put into digital systems today, so when the mechanic gets up in the morning and starts work, he knows exactly, or she, knows exactly what's to be done, that it be done properly, with proper supervision, to save the people wastage of money as was experienced in the past. That the services be efficient, that the operators of the equipment be trained as operators and know how to handle systems, hydraulic systems, electrical systems. Mr. Joseph, I say all this to say, I had a nice little life as a mechanic, and my specialty was preventative maintenance systems. I wish to offer the government, if even to drop by there occasionally to see the men, have a little chat with them, ask them how they do things, compare with them, work with them in the application of the modern system, because you can't get away from the old systems in addition to the modern digital system. I offer my services to the government of Grenada and to the people of Grenada, not the government only, the people of Grenada. I wish they hear me and they bear it in mind. I have ideas, skills, professionalism in it, and I'm willing because I love it. I will love it till I die. Mr. Joseph, for what it's worth, do have a nice day, will you, sir?
Thank you, citizen, and I really hope that the relevant authorities heard this and would take this into consideration. All right? You know the numbers, 435-2041. Like I said, it's Intercall, so I know a lot of folks are keenly into Intercall. We can talk Intercall if you want to, but I'm opening the lines. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Yes, I know you're talking about this morning. What was the topic?
Someone brought it to my attention yesterday afternoon. The issue that we have some very inconsiderate road users, drivers of motor vehicles, that one, they play the music loud at all kinds of weird times in the night and early mornings, and also the modified mufflers that make the exhaust sound like it's guns being fired.
Yes. Well, sir, I was on a bus coming down from Vincent's 2 weeks ago, and I was assaulted by a conductor because I asked him kindly to stop driving recklessly. And when, just before I got to a guy gap, he almost flipped the bus and hit a car around the corner, and I asked him to put me down. I got off the bus, and I walked away trying to get the number plate. And the conductor walked up to me and snatched my $10 out of my pocket.
Wow.
And called me old man. And I'm just standing there helplessly with my bag of groceries in my left hand. And he took out my money, he made change, he flinged the $5 on the floor. He got into the bag, got out the $2.50, stuffed it back into the $5, pushed it down into my pocket, and cursed me again, and drove away. So I had to walk down to Mr. Rush Shop and wait for the other bus. So a $2.50 ride cost me $5. I went to the police, and now they, because he gave me his wrong name, so I have it in the police hands.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm 75 years old.
Wow, you don't sound that way, though.
I'm 75 years old.
You don't sound that way. You sound like a young man.
No, I'm 75 years.
Okay.
The looks could be deceiving.
All right.
You understand? So I know about the speeding, and I know I'm a driver myself, and I drove on the both side of the road. I drove on the left side, I drove on the right side. I have a CDL license. I have a G-class license. I don't drive anymore. But this is terrible. The loud noise, and they're not obeying the laws. What have happened to the motorcycles we was promised? Put the motorcycles and the outriders on the road to catch these criminal drivers. Because they're racing. Look at what happened in Brazil the other day. Would you like to send your child on a field trip and know that your child come back dead or in the hospital? Right. We need the police to do their job and take these reckless drivers off the road and pull their license.
Okay.
This is crazy.
Okay. All right. Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one. Have a good day. 27 minutes after 7 o'clock. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah. You're on a topic about noise, and I'll put a different twist it. So I live in Cali, and the Muslim community put up 4 big horns, and they're screaming in the horns. From Mama Vanda, I have to sometimes cock my ears to stifle the song. So if I'm on my phone, I can't just speak on my phone, because when they speak, when they start with a noise, and they are very loud. Sometimes when you could hear they screaming in that mic. Sometimes when they're screaming, they start to cough. So now when you put on your horn, you hear the mic pop.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
And I have complained to the police. The police say I have to talk to my representative.
What?
I went down to the Muslim community on 2 occasions. About 20 of them surrounded me on 2 occasions. A lot of them surrounded me. I can't think. And I've been complaining to them. They say they get permission from the minister. They had a meeting, and that's since 2022 they've been doing that. Since after the elections, I don't know if they get pants, and they pull up their pants, and they just decide they could do. I guess they could do what they want. And I meet Andy and I talk to Andy, and I say, they say, you? Yeah, you know people expect bad humans. I say, he said, you go deal with it. And that's a handsome going now, and he has done nothing to it. And I've been calling on the radio stations, asking Andy to stop the Muslims from making a noise based on what was said.
I'm surprised that the police would tell you go to the the representative, because the Noise Pollution Act, it's a law, and enforcement of the law is done by the police.
Exactly. We call many times. We call the police station. One time they say we have to go to the ministry. We go to the ministry. The ministry sends us back to the police. Nothing is being done. I don't know what powers the Muslim has, but nothing is being done. I don't know if there are powers with the NDC. Look at maybe they're funding the NDC. Maybe they,
that's speculative, you know.
No. But based on evidence, I'm just saying based on evidence, because I have spoken to Andy. Nothing has been done.
Okay. All right. Well, never give up until it's done. All right.
I ain't giving up. Yeah, I ain't giving up.
Okay. All right. Thank you, caller. Have a good morning. It's 30 minutes after 7 o'clock. I want to reach out and say good morning to Claudette Wells, originally from Salisbury Road in St. Andrew, Grenville, to be precise, but now resides in Atlanta, Georgia. And she says, good morning, Gordon. My day starts for months now in Atlanta with you. I'm so happy to hear that. Let's go back to our WhatsApp platform. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Grossen.
Hi, welcome to the program. I haven't heard you for a while.
Yeah, I do, man. Listen, I'm a Grenadian man, living in that diaspora, and Grenada people is my people, and I really feel sorry for what's happening on the traffic scene and the bus driver and all that. But here's a recommendation, right? I'm not putting GBN down because I don't know who's listening as in ministers, but what the Grenadian people need to do is have a rally in the town of St. George's against the bus driver and the reckless people who drive bad. It's not fair.
Okay, for some reason, caller, your connection is really, really bad. Folks, it's 28 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
To finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
ACB's Me Start, Manage, Expand. Don't call me small. I'm dreaming big. I'm gonna have it all. ACB's Me Start, Manage, Expand. Taking on all my competition. Got the whole bag's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation. Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. Start, manage, expand your business today.
Agritech Limited Grenada is your one-stop shop for all your farming needs. We provide seeds and seedlings, pesticides, fertilizers, irrigation and water management systems, veterinary products, and a wide range of agricultural products and implements. Our staff is knowledgeable and ready to serve you. Call us on 435-9677 or 440-4460 or visit us in Happy Hill, St. George. We are open Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Agritech Limited Grenada. Come grow with us.
served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Get ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th. So don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
All right, welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. Let's head back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And you are glad to welcome me. Now, you should know, or one should know, that as for me, it seems that we in Grenada, or the people in authority, or some of the people in authority, seems to be afraid of the, as I would say, on the line, the bad boys and the bad girls. They are afraid of them, and they are not doing what they're supposed to do. Or perhaps, even if they are not afraid of them, the bad boys must be accompanying them to defend themselves, or there might be their security. So they're afraid to either charge them if they are committing offenses, whether it be stealing, whether it be driving recklessly, whether it be loud hand, whether it be any things inappropriate to the normal behavior of a good citizen. So something had to be wrong that people have to go to a special authority, as for example the parliamentary representative, to ask him or her to do something to things that affecting the general public. For example, the loud noise, the building houses in the road, having motor cars packed, having gates packed, opening on the roadside, building houses away from the road. So somebody's afraid of certain set of people for some good reason or the other. So what a pity, what a country we are living in. Thank you very much.
Have a good day, caller. Have a good day. Now, someone just sent a message and says that, in their opinion, the Intercall Games this year was not organized in the best way possible because people are struggling to get tickets. Well, maybe it's because it's well organized that tickets are sold out. You know, it could just be that. All right, someone says they need to start ticketing these people with a loud noise, just unnecessary noise being a public nuisance. The laws are there. All right, good morning, Mr. Joseph. I am writing to express my growing concerns about the issue of noise pollution in our community, which has been increasingly disruptive due to loud music from drivers and the excessive noise produced by vehicles, particularly motorcycles with modified mufflers. The volume of noise not only disturbs the peace of our neighborhoods, but also poses potential health risk to residents. In addition to the noise pollution, I have observed the reckless driving behavior on our national roads, particularly among certain bus and truck drivers. Their aggressive driving habits and disregard for traffic laws create an unsafe environment for other motorists and pedestrians alike. The reckless behavior is especially concerning during rush hour when the roads are congested and the potential for accidents is heightened. I believe that increased police patrols on our roads, particularly during peak traffic times, would significantly improve safety and help address both the noise pollution and reckless driving issues in our area. A visible police presence may deter such behaviors and promote a more respectful driving culture. Truer words have never been spoken. A simple example, if you look at the wardens that were used in the Grandance area to direct the traffic, it did work. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Innocent.
Hi, welcome. How you do?
I'm good. How you doing?
I ain't do it yet, but I'll go do it.
Well, but do something good. Here now, Saturday night, we go to bed, maybe after 10, thereabout. And we were awakened by this loud sound, Innocent, as if the place crashing. Well, some people, when I talk to people, they say they tell the family, take cover, because at first it sounds like gunshots, a barrage of gunshots. Then you wonder what to do, and this thing continuing, blasting through the neighborhood. When my husband look out, he tell me, he says, that look like fireworks. And this thing continue for a while. But since when, in a neighborhood, even if people have a little party or whatever, I know if it's New Year's, you know, well, okay, fireworks, or if there's a celebration, independence, or things. But in a neighborhood just like that, a man tell me he called the police, they said they don't know anything about it. He called SSU, they said they do not know anything about it. And all he could have done was tell his family, take cover, lie low. Up to now, we do not have a clear idea of what happened, where these fireworks, and that I'm talking about in the Wester Hall, or in the new Wester Hall around the Plainfield area. We heard it was coming from the home of a prominent resident in the area. But there is no confirmation. No, if somebody had a heart attack in this area here, well, we don't know how it affected people that sick. But you cannot do that in a community. Fireworks just, so if you have a little birthday party in your home, you just have fireworks. Who the fireworks serving? You're disturbing the community just like that.
A little consideration for others.
No consideration. And at this time of the year, of the month, you don't even inform people. You have anything in your home, you blast in the whole place with fireworks. What kind of thing is this?
But from my knowledge, to use fireworks, to get involved in the display of fireworks, permission must be sought and gotten from the police.
Well, I don't know, you know. One of the residents say he called the police. He was so frustrated, he didn't know what to do. He called police. Police said they do. I don't know where he called. They do not know anything about it. And same thing, he called SSU. He called all around.
Okay.
And we have no idea. But this thing cannot go on.
Okay, you need to keep knocking on the police doors. You know, that's how it works, unfortunately.
I tell you, this thing had us so concerned, so baffled, so sick, you would not believe. But anyway, have a good day, dear.
You too, eh? God bless.
God bless.
All right, bye-bye. Nice, good. 16 minutes on to the 8 o'clock hour. Time is... Realize was fireworks. Let me see, someone says here... heard the explosions all up in St. Paul's. Realized was fireworks, but it was long and loud. And, I mean... all it takes is a little bit of consideration for others, you know. I can attest to that bus incident in Vincent's. The bus don't have a sticker number 4, and they were picking up passengers. Bus number, I wouldn't do that. He did assault the man and stole his money. Good morning, caller.
How you doing?
I am doing fine. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. I was trying to find you a long time, but I wasn't getting through. Weeks now.
Okay.
Anyway, I heard a gentleman talk about the loud noise, the parking and the garages. I am not always talking about the public road use as the parking garages. And we have a lot of nice things happening in Grenada. But at the same time, we have a lot of moral decays, things that people just doing what they want and just going down. And we need to correct these things.
Okay.
A lot of obscenities, and you're going to the police and complain about things and they don't bother with you.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But they don't bother with you. Some places you go and make a report, you want to see somebody and they take all the information and nobody coming because they don't pass in on message. I'm telling you what I'm saying is correct.
Okay.
Anyway, have a lovely, blessed, enjoy sports. I know you could be backing up SAS.
No, I am McDonald College boy.
Okay, McDonald College.
Yes, Saltando Alta Petimas. From the north, we aim high things.
I thought you were from SAS.
No, mommy said I was so... how they say the word haunted when I was young, that if I go to SAS, when school over, I would lime in Grenville for, so she sent me quite in Sotes.
Oh, so I had to catch the bus.
I had to catch the bus to come home.
Oh, that was very thoughtful of her.
Well,
anyway,
all
enjoy
right.
today.
Have a good one. God bless. Bye-bye. I want to say good morning to Mommy Queen, originally from Seymour, now residing in Frequency. Mommy Queen, how are you doing? I promised to pass and look for you, but the boy ain't too up, so just give the boy some time. I will come to you eventually. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent. How are you today?
The mango leaf.
The mango leaf, boy. That is not a leaf. That is we investigating all past government. All government, because they say Mr. Gary was the worst. So we, it's just a part of Sir Eric team.
Okay.
Yeah. What I want to talk about, this thing with these buses and them. I drove on one yesterday and I marvel how they doing this thing. I say I even had to call my partner in Canada and invite him to come and take a ride on the bus and see the difference in them days and in their days and now how these drive. I don't know how they're doing this thing, how this type of driving. I don't know. They're driving different. But what I want to say, the buses, what happened? Everything had to start from the top. You have 100 people in the bus stand to go to Grenada, right? Now, one of these buses holding 15 passengers. It's taking an hour and 20 minutes to an hour and a half to go from town to Grenada. And you're having buses that carry 29 passengers. So, if you have this 100 people to take from the bus to Malantana, how many buses that holding the 15 to take these 100 people to Grenada? And how many are the ones that carrying 29 passengers that will do that job? So we have to go to our way, do this calculation, and take a phrase out these buses and get a big up the buses that holding 29 passengers. So it's less vehicle. You will have less buses on the road, but more passengers moving at the same time. And sometimes when you explain that to people, they're saying, "Oh, but in Sir Eric Gary there, we had school bus here that bringing 45 children. One bringing 45 and one bringing 30, and they used to drive on the road. They're saying the bus too big." But how all this big truck and all this container hauling on the same road? So there's something we doing, something we're not calculating.
Okay.
And then this thing with the government with the heavy equipment. I think they said they're maybe going to do heavy. It's a good thing to have the public works department to do all the government work. But it's a very ticklish thing because I know about that system. They had to bring their own fuel, they had to do this, and men taking fuel, this, a whole sort of thing. They're doing side jobs, they're doing that when you think the government work done. So it's a heavy responsibility. But what I think is they already have a lot of men here with heavy equipment. So what they should do, they should have less equipment, and just as they're doing giving contract, but have like 300 or something or 100 inspectors. So anytime you give a job, you have inspectors on the job to see if there's a dig distance 6 feet, it digs 6 feet. Whatever you're required to do, you have to do it. But the way they're doing things here now is you give a man a contract and somebody pass and when they go on, they do. Because I work in this kind of system already. So they have to regulate something, fix it. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Have a good one. Folks, it's 10 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take our final commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
GBN presents the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, Saturday, June 7th, Monrouge Plain Field from 11 a.m. Our partners, Maggie, the secret of great flavor, Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Clark's Court, Grenada's #1 rum, Grenada Paper Products, makers of Cherish, Spring Soft, Harbour Bay and Super Value Toilet Paper, and Royal, Quick and Easy and Horizon Paper Towels, Budget Foods Inc., Classic Lighting, and Blue Bubbles PA Rental and Event Supplies. It's the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules.
Grenada, get ready for a fantastic opportunity as the Grenada Cultural Foundation presents a logo design competition. So we're asking the general public to submit a creative and impactful logo to identify with the foundation's new brand, using its vision and mission as a guide to become Grenada's premier institute for researching, documenting, and promoting Grenada's culture. Mission to be the gateway to cultural empowerment to Grenada's cultural practitioners. The winning logo will be announced on Wednesday, April 30th, 2025, and the winner will be awarded $1,500. All entries should be forwarded via the following email address: gcfgrenada@gmail.com, and should be received no later than 12 midnight on Tuesday, April 15th.
In Grenada, sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. They teach discipline, teamwork, and resilience. They inspire the next generation to push boundaries and chase excellence. That's why the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada is proud to support sports initiatives as part of our commitment to youth and national development. When we invest in sports programs, we invest in the future. We invest in the health and well-being of our youth, and we invest in broadening Grenada's reach, proudly connecting our athletes, our talent, and our nation to a global community. Together, we all go further. The Investment Migration Agency, unlocking the possibilities.
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinair Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. Someone says via the Facebook page, Innocent, I wanted to call in or message your program when you had the people from the Grenada Motorsports on your program, but I declined to do so since you always try your best not to offend your guests. However, I strongly believe that something more productive can bring economic benefits to the people of Pearls and surrounding areas should be done at the old airstrip rather than have Grenadian elites use this venue to massage their egos. That was a comment via the Facebook platform. Someone on WhatsApp says, what I see is people are traveling to the U.S. and taking back to Grenada the worst practices, what they think is cool. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Hi, welcome to the program.
I don't know, I've been complaining so much about this noise pollution and all of the anomalies that has been happening in our country for the past probably 40, 50 years maybe. And probably it seems to me that when you complain, people laugh at you, even those in authority. It is so sad to realize all is happening because I am not the only one complaining. The noise from the trucks, the loud horns, the speeding on the roads, the noise from the vehicles with the music and whatnot, etc. I mean, we talk about this every day. But let me drift away a little bit. And let me come straight to a gentleman who operates, I call him a gentleman, who operates the To The Point program every morning. And I know there are others who have already called him and asked him at least split the program halfway down the line. Half an hour for himself and the guests, and half an hour for the public, general public. The general public needs to question some of these people. The problem is, this gentleman, I still call him a gentleman, he takes 45 minutes for himself, asking questions repeatedly over and over the same set of questions. I mean, I could remember Tevin Andrews getting problem with him one time. I could also remember the Honorable Minister Ron Reddick getting problem with him sometimes. You know, there are people who get problem with him sometimes. The questions that he asks, we know all these things already. I mean, he has to think for himself. He comes on, he takes 45 minutes, and then when he opens the line, he would ask you as a caller to be brief, and then when the caller starts to make a point, he says, take another 10 minutes, another 10 seconds, and call it off. I mean...
Caller, while I don't want to rudely interrupt you, but I must come to defense here, because in some instances, the interviewees, the person that you bring in as guest, they would tell you no questions or minimal questions.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Don't worry.
All right. Okay, good. Thank you, caller. 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Good morning, Mr. Joseph. I commend you for raising this very important subject of noise pollution. It is extremely important. It is an extremely important subject and should be given special attention, with law enforcement being brought in on your program to be part of the discussion. Years ago, the police did a very good job in curbing the problem of loud music on our buses. However, since the owners of private vehicles are allowed to play loud music, the bus drivers are reintroducing loud music in their vehicles. This problem needs to be addressed immediately. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Yeah, the drug racing in Falls. I think the authorities, well, first of all, drug racing all over the world is a money-making thing. I think if they organize this place properly, with bleachers, sitting areas, to protect people from dangers there is a lot of benefit in that place. This place could be developed to a proper racing facility, with proper sitting areas, toilets, everything. This place this is a gem. So people shouldn't be criticizing this place. I think the government should look at this place and put some money into this place and make this place a better organized place than it is. Because racing is one of the biggest things we have in the world. We could bring international racers here. So, we just have to look at things from our other side sometimes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. 1 minute away from 8 o'clock. Can we accommodate another call? Yes, we can. And let's do just that. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Well, here's something. You are a fella actually realize you have a little Christianity in you, right? And the thing that Donald Trump getting on with the United States of America. If you read in the book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 11, 12, 13, and 14, you will see what he represents right now. The corner of America is in his hand.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, caller. And folks, this is where we end the program for yet another morning. As we do the wrap, I urge you all to go on out if you can. Go on out and support the nation's athletes, support your children, support your neighbors, support their schools, and try as parents or guardians, adults, try your best to assist in maintaining good order amongst our nation's children. I really would love to see that time come back when a neighbor could look over a neighbor's child. The community raised the child. It was our child, so I did not just belong to Jude and Patricia and Miss Jo. I was a child of Miss Willis and Miss Betty and Miss Doshi and Alstead and, and it augured well. You understand? So going out to the intercall games today, be passionate for the school or the athletes that you support. Do it orderly, and in so doing, encourage the students to support, but orderly. All right? Help the police in curbing the overexcitement that might create little arguments here and there. All right? Be good. I love you. Bye-bye.